This is going to be a series to learn together and educate ourselves, and especially not to use or not to pick and choose from the Bible, especially the Old Testament, whatever pleases us, because we need to stop being bigots. We need to stop spreading hatred and discrimination based on a faith that didn't discriminate in the first place. And I'm not going to talk about it myself. I'm not going to lecture anyone. I'm not going to give sermons to everyone. I'm going to do interviews with experts, whether they are therapists, psychologists, or even priests. And today, let us listen to this.
One of the strategies of Christian homophobia is to link together Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22, where it says, "You shall not lie with a male as with a woman," with Genesis chapter 19, which is the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. In general, it's a very good idea to compare biblical stories with biblical laws because they both should inform each other. The problem with Christian homophobia when it does this with Leviticus chapter 18 and Genesis chapter 19 is that it's wrong. Why? Because the story of Sodom and Gomorrah is not about two men or two women living in a same-sex committed relationship. It's about the men of Sodom raping strangers. That is what the Bible has in view when it talks about same-sex acts. And so when we use Genesis chapter 19 to inform our understanding of the law in Leviticus 18, we understand that Leviticus 18 is not talking about two men or two women living in a same-sex committed relationship. It's talking about the abuse of sex. I wanted to talk with you about Genesis chapter 19, the Sodom and Gomorrah story, because Why Me 1968 says that God destroyed two cities because of that lifestyle, and he condemns it in his word. Now, it is true that a certain lifestyle is condemned in the Sodom and Gomorrah story, but it is not a homosexual lifestyle, whatever that is. It is a lifestyle that does not care for the poor and the needy. And here is why. There are two strangers who come into the town of Sodom, and all of the men want to know those strangers. What does that mean? It means that they want to have non-consensual sex with them. They want to rape them. That is the lifestyle that is condemned in the Sodom and Gomorrah story, not two men or two women living in a same-sex committed relationship. In Ezekiel chapter 16, the prophet says that the sin of Sodom and her daughters was to not care for the poor and the needy. That is the lifestyle that is condemned